October 26, 2006. I arrived in Bombay curious and excited. After graduating from college, I left America with the dream of seeing India, experiencing new cultures and helping those in need. As Gandhi says, you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. In Vidya, I have found an organization that embodies these words. Vidya's focus is to educate, empower and bring about social change, a people's movement, a community outreach and a volunteer program. Vidya is a group that is committed to making a difference.
Vidya started 22 years ago from my home in IIT Delhi. IIT, as we all know, is a temple of learning where we have the best minds at work. But all around the IITs we have slums. Slums where people are illiterate, where people have no facility, have no opportunity to study or to learn. And that is what prompted me to start Vidya. I was actually walking around the campus of the IIT Delhi, and separating us from the IIT was a huge slum, which was really, there was a big wall around it except for one area where there was a dirty piece of water, where always little young girls were swimming in this water with pigs and with siblings on their sides. And I walked up to them and said, "How come you don't go to school?" And their reply was that, "School? Don't you know we are girls? Girls don't go to school. Which world do you come from?" And is that what hurt me and upset me so much that I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. And I went back to those girls who were there day in and day out, and I invited them to come home and learn from my veranda. This is how Vidya began. And then the IIT Delhi very generously gave us their open air theatre, from where we started a program from their dressing rooms called Vidya. And in the last 22 years, almost 10,000 children have studied from that Vidya program called Bal Vihar.
When I heard that Vidya started with 5 girls studying on Rashmi's veranda, I realized this was a place where I could make a meaningful contribution. On my first visit to Vidya's Phule Nagar, I saw the excitement, curiosity and happiness in the eyes of the children. I asked them about their dreams, and it took them mere seconds to tell me exactly what they wanted to be.
मैं बड़ी होकर के डॉक्टर बनना चाहती हूँ।
बड़ा होकर इंजीनियर या फिर मिलिट्री फोर्स का कैप्टन बनना चाहता हूँ।
डॉक्टर बनने की तमन्ना है।
I later realized that they were first-generation learners, and their parents were part-time laborers, while the children dreamt of being doctors, engineers, and joining the army. These students realized that education changes everything and makes dreams come true.
केंद्रीय विद्यालय से रिटायर होने के बाद मैं दिशाहीन थी। रश्मि मैडम से मिली, उन्होंने मुझे विद्या का रास्ता दिखाया। मेरे जीवन में मानो एक दिशा मिल गई, एक लक्ष्य मिल गया, एक उद्देश्य की प्राप्ति हुई। आज मैं उसी रास्ते पर चलकर फुले नगर के अंदर कई अनपढ़ औरतों और बच्चों के साथ में मिलकर काम कर रही हूँ। जो भी उनकी समस्याएं हैं, उनको धीरे धीरे दूर करने का प्रयास कर रही हूँ। इस काम के अंदर मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप लोग भी आगे आएं, मदद करें। जो कुछ समाज ने मुझे दिया है, वो मैं समाज को आज वापस देना चाहती हूँ।
Considering the lack of opportunity for women to study, I was astounded by what can be accomplished with education. I had heard that Vidya was an organization working to educate and empower underprivileged women and children, and also bring back dropout youth into mainstream education. What I found exceeded all my expectations. 60% of India's children drop out of primary education. Vidya helps them to dream again. First day on the job, I began to get acquainted with the many branches of the Vidya network. My tour started with the computer literacy program, where I witnessed disadvantaged adults and children being tutored in computer skills, courses in web design, making PowerPoints and using Windows.
It's a challenge at NSVK because we are having students coming from the slum area who are just not exposed to any computer literacy whatsoever. We are in Powai, wherein you have access to the Hiranandani high rises, but at the same time you do have the low rises too. If at all we can bridge that, it could be through education. We at NSVK are trying to help it through computer literacy.
A unique adult education program for IIT employees is the thumbprint class. The students, many of whom are in their late 40s and 50s, study here every day for an hour. Theirs was one of the most inspirational classes that I saw. These students were sitting with paper and pencil. Today, thanks to Vidya, they no longer use their thumbprint, but rather they sign for their salary. A true example of the local community's involvement with Vidya is a remedial education program. Here, the faculty, wives and students conduct a range of classes on the main campus directed towards students who struggle in school with math, science and English. One branch of Vidya that I find especially touching is NIOS, the National Institute of Open Schooling Program. Teachers of NIOS have helped students complete basic education, preparing them for a high school degree in classes 8, 10 and 12.
So main thing what we are trying to do is working with the students and make them realize कि अपने में जो divine energy है उसको realize करो, उसका अनुभव करो and put that in a practice to achieve peace, progress and prosperity in life.
AHAR is a Vidya cooperative that has over 25 women working together. The women of AHAR provide dabbas and nutritious lunches at an affordable price. AHAR gives women with no previous education or work experience an opportunity to become entrepreneurs.
AHAR kitchen is situated in Shakti Club. We started with 5 lunch boxes, dabbas, and now we have around 30 to 40 people coming there and having lunch daily. We also cater to several departments in IIT.
Similarly, Vastrakala is a wing of Vidya that works on stitching, embroidery and clothing design for sale to individuals and corporations. Udyogini is a group that specializes in the creation of handicrafts. They are currently working to develop a unique Vidya product. All 3 of these programs recognize the necessary link between social change and women's empowerment. The Vidya Kendra is a colorful large space where joyful learning occurs after school. Focused on children who cannot cope with schoolwork from the poor communities of Powai, the program starts with circle time where the children share and learn.
It's a very, very humbling experience to see children dream, and it's our wish at Vidya to help every child who dreams to make their dreams come true.
Vidya functions in a very unique way. It basically integrates people of various groups. This giving and receiving is not of money, but it's more of sharing.
The Vidya Kendra concentrates on English classes with particular attention to holistic development. Through this education, the students discover an awareness of the world and they develop values that will guide them through the rest of their lives.
विद्या केंद्र को और सुंदर बनाना चाहिए. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि विद्या एक जगह पर नहीं, हर मोहल्ले में होना चाहिए विद्या केंद्र. यहाँ पर हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला है. माझा आत्मविश्वास वाढला.
The Vidya Kendra began in July 2006 and already has on its roll over 100 children.
Vidya is important for interactions with educational institutions like IIT Bombay. It provides an opportunity for the IIT Bombay community to give back to the society. It provides an opportunity for the staff members who have not had the privilege of going to a school education. We have a program in which several employees of IIT Bombay have gone through the open school program because of the support and opportunity provided by Vidya. Vidya provides an opportunity for the children of the staff to acquire skills such as conversation in English, exposure to computers. Educational institutions of high repute have an obligation to also help the less privileged section of society, and Vidya becomes an interface for institutions to do so. The very name Vidya means knowledge, and very aptly the organization Vidya provides knowledge.
Partnership between IIT Bombay and Vidya involving nearly 500 students and 2,500 beneficiaries. A part of this NSS work is covered under the NSS program. However, Self for Human Value is the larger umbrella under which we are all doing. We have started a movement since last 2 years in IIT called Unnati, and where Unnati referring to progress. It is the progress of the community as a whole
We aim at helping the underprivileged children of our campus. Dedicated team of volunteers comprising from the IIT faculty wives and the student community. We have ventured to take 10th standard board examination. The IIT students who have generously volunteered, now they coach these 11th standard. They give them a lot of tips. The children not only get education, coaching, instruction, but also mentoring.
The most recent project Vidya has adopted is UDAN. Operates in 2 private schools in Powai and provides remedial education to over 140 children at primary and secondary level. The philosophy of UDAN is to put every child into school and provide remedial education to ensure zero dropouts.
As I teach in the class and meet these children, I see that though they have been removed from the mainstream and from one system, they are eternally hopeful. They never lose their hope or their energy or their enthusiasm, and that is infectious. That comes to me and humbles me and makes me want to get back the next day and teach many more such children.
All of the children respond to this energy. The resulting atmosphere in a Vidya classroom is filled with compassion and motivation. Becoming more and more involved in the volunteer projects enabled me to come in contact with the children and families who have been influenced by the Vidya dream. These are the real voices of Vidya.
I started volunteering at Vidya Kendra since August. The thing that had brought me closer to the children is their affection and the response to our teaching when they are really thirsty for knowledge.
The more students I had the opportunity to speak with, the clearer it became. Vidya is changing lives. Through a mix of academic and creative activities, the students learn general knowledge as well as team spirit, sharing and cooperation. Vidya truly goes beyond literacy and helps to develop life skills. Current goals include setting up 45 Vidya centers in the Raigad district of New Bombay, specifically in the Panvel, Udan and Pen districts. And Vidya will be adopting rural schools in this area.
IITच्या आजूबाजूच्या परिसरामधील स्लममधील विद्यार्थी सॅकमध्ये दुपारी 2 ते 4 या वेळामध्ये येत असतात. मराठी मीडियम, इंग्लिश मीडियम आणि हिंदी मीडियम तिन्ही माध्यमाची मुलं या ठिकाणी येतात. येणारे विद्यार्थी जे आहेत ते अतिशय गरीब कुटुंबातून येतात, ज्यांना शिक्षणाची आवड आहे परंतु त्यांना शिक्षणामध्ये मदत करणारं आणि पुढे घेऊन जाणारं अशी व्यक्ती त्यांच्या समोर नव्हती. विद्या ही त्यांना एक अशी संस्था, असं एक माध्यम मिळालं की ज्यामुळे हे विद्यार्थी आज स्वतःचा विकास करून घेत आहेत, स्वतःच्या अभ्यासामध्ये प्रगती करून घेत आहेत. विद्या ही संस्था मुंबई IIT कॅम्पसमध्ये आल्यामुळे परिसरातील मुलांना खूपच त्याचा फायदा झालेला आहे.
In Vidya, I have seen change. I have seen individuals who are making a difference. Vidya recognizes the commonality of humanity and is working to bridge the gap between educated and uneducated, rich and poor. Vidya is a story of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. The organization has welcomed volunteers from all over the world, and I encourage anyone with an amount of time to come and make a difference. It is the regular people who identify with the Vidya dream who can help make that dream a reality.
The whole effort of Vidya is to be able to be the parent, the friend, the guide, the mentor at every level. And whether it's our donor or it's a sweeper, all of us work with that mission together. And that is what transforms, and that is what Vidya is.
I'm honored to be a part of the Vidya experience and to have the opportunity to help spread happiness and hope. After meeting the teachers, employees, and especially the children of Vidya, I'm confident that this will be an experience that will change my life.